What's up, everyone? Netherwood here with a new game for you. Victoria 3 just came out a couple of weeks ago, and I've been playing it pretty hard just to get used to the game, get used to all the mechanisms in the game and things like that. And it's actually not that difficult once you play it for a while and kind of figure out how the systems work and everything, and do a couple quick Google searches will teach you a little bit, because the tooltips are helpful, but they don't answer all your questions. So I usually play these games as a world-conquering kind of a thing, like when you play, because I came up playing Civ games. In Civ, you kind of just want to conquer the world. There is an economic victory in toward the later ones and stuff like that, and cultural victories and all that. But I didn't come up playing that way. I also loved Hearts of Iron 4. This is a Paradox game, and it's grand strategy, just like Hearts of Iron 4 was. The big difference, I think, is that this is more of a political and economic simulator rather than a war simulator. There is war in this game, but it's kind of lackluster at this moment in time. They've already talked about improvements to it and stuff. So I am going to go with a hegemony, which means total domination. And I'm going to do Prussia because I am mostly of German heritage, United States citizen and everything, born here and everything. Fourth generation? Yeah, fourth generation. But I have strong roots to my home country, right? So this goes through the scenario of Germany unifying, basically, in the 1800s. We're going to do that. I'm not going to change any game rules. Just leave it as is. We're going to get started. I did sit in the opening of Prussia for a little bit to try to figure out what I was going to do, because I didn't want to eat up a lot of camera time doing that. So, yeah, we'll see how I can do, because, again, I played Belgium, which is much different than Prussia. Belgium only has 2 states. Prussia has a whole bunch of different states. It's trying to unify and a bunch of other things. So the first thing you do need to know, it just popped up on the screen, talks about journal entries. These are very, very important to the game. Basically, it'll say something like, if you have a level 3, glassworks factory and 75% employment, you can get this special bonus event. And the bonus events are really pretty big bonuses usually, so you kind of want to go after those where you can. So we're going to get these global entries up here for our global goal, and we'll get the regular entries down here for other goals like, rifling or ironclads or something like that. They are a big help, and I usually do try to go for them. So second thing to know about this game is there are different map views by zooming in and out. This is a normal Paradox thing. It's pretty cool. You can see states at this level, and you can get, if you go deeper, I think you can even get, you can click to see different states. If you go zoom way out, you click and you see, I think you see the whole country, right? Oh, I guess not. You can still click states from way up here. Anyway, cool. So the next thing I would probably do is you want to look at these big red notifications up here at the top, because they're going to tell you something really bad is going on, something you need to handle right now, basically. We're going to pick a technology. So the tech tree, I love that this game has one. I love tech trees in pretty much any game they have them in. I just like advancement. I'm definitely an achievement-oriented type of a game player. So you got 3 tabs in here. Production, which is like helping your factory output or your farm outputs and stuff like that. It also helps advance, a lot of times, your industrialization level, right? Your urbanization level to your states and to your country, and levels up your populace from like peasants to actual skilled workers, right? Skilled laborers, they make more money, right? If they're engineers or machinists, they're going to make more money than they're just a laborer, right? So that will help with that. I tend to spend a lot of my time in here because I want to grow my economy into a massive powerhouse, and this is a really good way to do it. Military, obviously, I'm going to be spending some time in here because I need a good military to reunify Germany, right? So there's rifling and different things in here, different kinds of cannon stuff and all that. Ironclad would be something good to go after because it would be great for the Navy. And then obviously you got your societal laws and things. This is going to help you pass different kinds of laws usually. You're going to need to unlock something in here, or you won't be able to unlock that law. You won't be able to pass that law, and we'll talk about that in a minute. The thing I don't like about the way the laws and the tech tree here works for society is it doesn't tell you in laws, and we'll get to this real quick, but I'm just going to show you. It doesn't tell you in here, like, how do you unlock this, right? It doesn't tell you that. Oh yeah, requires feminism. So actually it does. I'm wrong. I'm a liar. See, requires one of the following feminism. That'll open up those laws. So if you want to go after a certain law, you can do it from that part of the tech tree a lot of the time. The other thing to know is weekly innovation. I'm getting 58 per week, and that's based on literacy, and you can increase that with universities and things like that. It's pretty awesome. You can see I got a university in Brandenburg, so I'll probably be bumping that guy up to get more weekly innovation. Tech spread is the free, kind of quote-unquote free technology you get from more and more nations already having that tech, and they spread it through like trade, you know, and people just talk about it and everything, and that spreads it around, okay? So one of the things I like to do, though, is if I'm here trying to get some production gains, and the tech spread's happening on, like, say, crystal glass, I'll select that as well, so it stacks these two things together, and I feel like I'm getting technological gains a lot faster, at least targeted gains, right? Obviously, you're going to have some tech spread over here on society, and if it's not something you care about, well, you're not going to click it. But production, again, I focus here a lot. So that's the tech tree. We're going to pick the one that I think affects, I think water tube boiler affects more, most of the things that I'm going to be caring about. A bunch of paper steel mills and like more industrious type things, but also like coal, iron, and lead mines and things like that, which I will try to focus on a little bit early on, just because it might be hard to get those raw materials, and or if I'm at war, which I will be a lot of the time probably, then I'm going to have those markets pretty much shredded. My imports and exports will be pretty hard. So let's go for water tube boiler. It's going to get me a lot of efficiencies. It's going to take 29 months to get this. We'll talk about, and well, might as well just easily go into how the time system works here. So Victoria 3 starts from it's 1836 to 1936, so 100 years, and every week it gets you a tick in all your money and other actions, right? Every week is going to get you a tick, and so every week I get a tick of technology. Okay, weekly innovation. So this is going to take quite a bit of months to get this. As you get bigger, right? As you have more literate people, and as you have more universities, obviously you're going to be able to skill up a lot faster. So I usually like to start on speed 5 because everything else is just too slow. Maybe we'll start on 3 to start out with, but I'm going to switch to 5 pretty quick. All right, so we cleared that one. Now these are just regular notifications. Sometimes I don't even care about these. It doesn't really matter. Diplomatic pact at risk of breaking. Now, a diplomatic pact, I believe, and I can actually hover over this, and it'll tell me what it is. It may maintain cost of influence. Pacts can break for a number of reasons. Subject relationship. Wide range. Oh, okay. I thought this was a trade pact, but maybe not. Okay, I'll have to figure out what this is. It just says customs union. Oh, okay. What's customs union? I don't know what that is. It just says will break. It doesn't tell me what it is. Let me see if I can... No, seriously. Let me see if I can mouse over it. No, it won't let me. Oh, here we go. It doesn't tell me. Click to open the disclosure. Absolute Grand Prince. I don't know who this is. Country Impression Market. Anyway, we're gonna... that's great. Okay, so unused construction. I don't really care, apparently. Unused construction. So this is the construction menu. It's really easy to get to over here. It's also under buildings. If you click buildings and you go to construction, it's right here. So this is how you build and upgrade buildings in this game. It's probably it's the most important aspect of this game, in my opinion, is having a good construction sector. That's just basically guys that build for you, okay? And one of the things to note right off the bat is when you improve your building, you can see I have 3 out of 15 here. You get, and you don't get it here, it looks like, but you usually get a throughput bonus right here. So if I go to a different building, like food industries, let's say, I'm getting a 4% throughput improvement just because I have a level 5, basically, okay? Size 5, right? So as I improve this, I'll get more and more just free output, basically. That means typically what you're going to want to do is like, I can actually add another sector, right? Like if I pick, I don't know, over here and they don't have one, I can go to buildings and just add a food industries, right? But why would I do that? Because I'm not going to get the throughput bonus. The only reason I would, is let's say all my munitions guys are over here, right? And I'm in a war with Russia, and they take this territory. Well, now I just lost all my access to munitions, and I have to buy them off the market, even if I can even get them, right? So sometimes it is a good idea if you have a really spread out, basically border, to have 2 places that have something, so you don't lose access to the whole thing. I'm going to focus mostly on stacking everything and not worry too much about losing ground, what we will see. So yeah, let's start firing a couple things up. I do know I'm going to need so there's another thing I was about to build that has to do with what is called infrastructure, and let me pin all. I'm going to pin all my states so that I can see them right over here. This is like the little quick bar right here. I don't really need generals, but I guess I'll leave it clicked. I guess we'll just leave it up there. But I don't need those guys right now. But states help with easy access, mostly to infrastructure. So you can see right there at the top line says, I have 100% market access. I have extra plus 16% infrastructure. So as you build new buildings or expand buildings, they will use up infrastructure points. So that when you go below the max amount that you have, let's zoom into this place right here, this little state. And how do I get... It's hard to... Well, I think it's production. So if you hover over, you should get... Oh, there we go. So you can see it's not telling me how many I have. It's just telling me how much I have in reserve. But you'll get a... how much you have versus how much you're using. And when you start using too much of it, when you go over your max, you will start losing taxation, basically. Right? You'll lose market access. It'll be harder to trade. Your trades will not be as good. And you will start losing taxes, basically. So you want to watch that pretty closely. And there's one of my states that right away needs an infrastructure improvement, Westphalia here. And it's pretty crucial because you can see it's doing, 1.2 million pounds of my GDP, which is pretty high percent, it's 10%. So the way I'm going to increase that is I'm going to add a railroad here. Now, railway, right, gives you 20 infrastructure per railroad or railway level, plus you get 50 transportation. So the transportation gets used by a lot of different buildings and stuff later down the line, and especially when you have improvements. So this is going to be something good. Now, it's also going to consume coal and engines. Now, that's not necessarily bad. You can see it's red, right? But what that means is if you have a lot of railways, you have a lot of engine demand, well, you can make engine workshops, right? And those products will be sold into the market, and you're going to make money. So that actually can be good. You can create an industry that way. It also is going to increase employment with capitalists, laborers, machinists, and clerks. The clerks and the capitalists and machinists, those are all great jobs. Machinist is actually lowest here. I think capital is the highest, capitalists, and clerks is mid-grade. Like those are middle class, right? So that's a good job producer, and you want your pops to be obviously employed. You don't want you don't want to be unemployed. So we've got 22,000 unemployment right now. So this is going to really help out our employment situation here. We've got a lot of peasants. We'll hopefully convert those all the way up to skilled workers eventually. So we're going to build one railway there. That's going to help solve that problem of infrastructure. Anybody else close? Yeah, I might. Is this a pretty small market? They don't have any unemployment. Yeah, this is a pretty small market, I think. It doesn't say how much. Yeah, 0.2%, so it's not really worth expanding just at this point. So that solves that little issue. Now, let me look at what I do have for all my buildings and stuff. Okay, so you just come here. This productivity number is a great kind of overview to see, is this guy doing well or not, right? And not necessarily with money per se, but is he being highly productive, right? And you want very, very highly productive buildings. Right now, if you look at, you can actually change what they're doing and how they do it, right? We can change the sweeteners right now, and actually, if you look at the top, we would actually make more money, right? Actually, this building would make more money. We would get more groceries, right? Because it says you get more, and you consume some sugar, though. So grocery costs would go down, and that's good. And sugar costs probably wouldn't be hit that much. We're going to employ 2.5K machinists, more machinists, and less laborers. So that means the money we're giving to our populace is going to go up, which means we're going to tax, the tax flow into us is going to be higher, right? So this is actually a good change. I'm going to make this change. There we go. We got more groceries out there. We don't have any options here, but you can see there are other options. And again, we're going to employ more machinists with that. That'd be kind of a good choice too, more groceries and stuff. We do have, well, we can go backward. That will make us money because it cuts back on liquor. And it's going to be more groceries. And actually, why would groceries go up if it's more groceries? That's weird. Right, why would that increase the cost of groceries? We have more of them. And less sugar. And it would decrease employment, so I'm not sure how I'd want to do that, actually. This is also a global change. I'm making a global change here. If you have multiple states with these guys, you can actually adjust them at the state level. Sometimes that's a good idea. But we actually only have one dude producing all of our foodstuffs. So maybe that's not a great idea. Where's this guy located? Where is this guy? It's not going to tell me. Well, I can just go right here. Okay, he's way over here. That's not great, because isn't that right on the border with Germany? Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea, man. Probably should have it way back here. Or maybe even Brandenburg or something. But it's okay, we'll leave it there for now. Alright, so again, back to buildings. You can just hit the back button here. This guy is doing pretty well, I think. And you can also come down in here and adjust. Like, let's say this building is not having a good productivity. Well, it might be because, like, let's say sugar has a really high price, and so they can't make money in this building, okay? And so you can see the weekly balance will probably be negative. So one thing you can do is import more sugar. Or let's say the outputs are really cheap, right? They have little coppers. You can tell whether something is positive or negative to the global market with this little icon right here. If this guy was like copper coins, well, they can't make enough money off the product. So I'd probably go in here and I'd go to the market, and then I do an export to get rid of this stuff, right? I have too much. The supply is too high. And so I'm going to get rid of it. And actually, that'll make this building do a lot better. Now, again, you got to be careful, because if I get groceries out of our market, the cost of groceries is going to go up, and then my lower populace is going to have to pay more for those things, right? So that can also piss people off. You got to be careful. Okay, so that's a good overview of buildings, I think. I'm not going to build any more food industries. I think those are good. I'm actually going to look at my market now, and I'm going to look at what is costing us the most. Okay, it's explosive, as it looks like. Paper, that affects the government pretty heavily, because I use paper to run the government, right? Iron is pretty high. We could probably create more iron in our iron mines, basically. Now, we can either import it, which you can see in the import screen right here. I know I'm throwing a lot of info at you really fast, but this is good stuff. You really want to know this if you want to play the game. Now, I can import 175 units of this, and it's a level 7 trade agreement, and it would be pretty productive, actually. But it would cost me 192 flotillas, because it's from the British Isles, right? It's from over here. I need ships, and I only have 717 available. You can increase this, but for now, we really don't have... actually, I don't know why it would cost me flotillas. They're actually directly connected to me right there. Which means I wonder if I'm gonna have to get into a war with them, probably. But you can do this. This is a land route. Doesn't cost any flotillas. So I think what I'm going to do is import iron, right? Because I don't really want to... I want to build... build skilled work, right? I want to do skilled product. And this stuff just comes out of a mine. That's easy. And then I think also I can look at paper real fast. And maybe import some paper. Wow, these are really not good trade deals. That one's okay. But, you know, paper is a skilled work. So I think I'm going to go in here and just go to my paper mills and see what we're doing here first. I only have one at Brandenburg, which is my main capital, doing all the paper stuff. That's cool. I'm using the best method, right? Plus 280 paper. So they really can't do anything there. And, yeah, I can't do anything. Why don't I'm going to build one more of these guys, okay? So... There we go with that. Let's go back into our market space. Tools. Tools are very useful. You need a lot of tools to make, tools are used in almost everything. Let's go check out our tools. Okay, Rhineland is doing tools, and they're using steel tools already. That's awesome, which means probably have steel mills. We're going to want to bump those up, actually. Yeah, the water boiler, the water tube thing we're going after, see how it's used in a lot of different places? We're going to need a lot of coal. So I'm going to bump the coal. Let me look at the coal situation real fast. Coal's probably way down here. So you want to kind of import the stuff at the top. You'll probably get really good deals, and you'll bring the price down. And you want to export the stuff at the bottom that you're producing a lot of, okay? Here's steel. We're producing that much steel, huh? Well, we should leave it alone because we're going to... Oh, good. We got a lot of coal. See, we got lots of sell orders and not as many buy orders. But that's about to go up when we get that technology unlocked. So I'm going to leave it that way. I'm not going to do anything with that. So another thing I'm going to do, though, you can see I already have my queue filled up, 30 out of 30. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start building more construction areas, okay? That means I will be able to build my buildings a lot faster. Now, it's going to cost money to do this, but it's totally worth it. We'll get that railway complete. Nah, I think we'll do construction first. And again, oh yeah, that's right. We don't seem to get a boost. Well, let's see. So I'm going to unlock the game for the first time, and I usually like to play on 5, speed 5. Well, we'll go with 3 for a second here. Can support more declared interests. We should probably do that. Yeah, we need paper. Okay, yeah. Tools. Yeah, we didn't really do any tool stuff, did we? Let's add a tool building on there, too. And there's a... I'm not really worried about... there is a queue, so that's fine. Let's do it like this. Okay, that looks pretty good. Flotillas in reserve. We need to hire an admiral. And the way you do that is military, navy, recruit admiral. Because we have these boats, right? We have, I want to say a level 5 port. Naval base, yeah, level 5. 1 flotilla per level of naval base. And I wonder how we're doing this. I usually like doing naval tradition. Training rate's a lot faster. And we only need this when we're actually going to war, in my opinion. Oh, it's actually got a better training rate. Well, we'll keep it. It's not going to get us much money to switch, so we'll just keep it. So let's hire that dude. Let's go to military, navy, recruit an admiral. Now, it's going to be really important. We're going to recruit him from here, because we can't... Oh, we can't recruit him here. We must not have a port. We must have our naval base here. We probably need to build one more naval base, honestly. Now we're getting into the political spectrum of the game. These are political parties right here. Right? These are interest groups. And it's you have to be very careful when you hire generals or admirals because their group gets a bump up, right? In clout and draw power. They'll bring in more people. And so you want to be very careful with who you pick, right? And I know we don't know yet. I know who to pick. I almost never pick church because there's a lot of progress we're going to do in this game during the Industrial Revolution where the church kind of gets in the way. And so I'm going to pick this guy. Now, they also have attributes here. So as a commander, morale recovery, supply consumption, he consumes more, and moral damage. Okay, great. This guy is not good on offense. Strange. And he... Expedition opportunity plus 200%. I don't know what that is, but okay. What I really want is the armed forces to get a bump. I don't want the church to get any help. So we're going to recruit this guy. Now he's automatically assigned my flotillas. If you go in the army, you can see, or I mean military. See, there he is. And he is patrolling the coast. No other options available for him. So we did that. Okay, declared interest, we'll get to that in a second. We already fixed this because that's that railroad. You can improve taxation. Oh, they don't have enough... Okay, so they don't have enough bureaucratic, basically administrative buildings and not enough bureaucracy there. So where are we now? Okay, we're in this little tiny state down here. At least it looks little to me. Oh, there's the infrastructure. See? Infrastructure 68, usage 52. So we need an admin building here, apparently. It's weird that we would need an admin building here, but okay. Their population is going down. Wow, okay. The mortality rate's higher than the birth rate. Interesting. So here's what it is the taxation capacity is based on your administrative buildings. And they don't have enough by a lot. So we're not collecting all our tax here. So let's go to buildings and let's add. They probably don't even have an admin building here. They got arms and textile. They got livestock, barracks, conscription. Okay. Rye farms. So the urban center size is 4, and admin building is an urban building. So let's add that to the queue as well. We're going to want to bump that one up a little bit. In fact, let's bump it up to here. So not only is that going to help with taxation, but it's also going to add to bureaucracy, which is up here. This is what I'm using mostly for trades. This is really just your trades. How many trades you can do. And you can see that your generals and admirals also take some bureaucracy. Education does as well. But those are things that are less really the things that you're going to be changing a lot just to get more bureaucracy. I don't mess with those. So we don't need to spend that right now. As we do trades, it'll just die off. Authority is really nice because you can use this to, mostly in the beginning, I use it to suppress or help out different political parties. If you go to overview, is not super important to me. This is a great view though, and actually let's pin the parties to the map or to the side over here. We can there we go. Let's do that. Markets. How come I can't do political parties? You have to do politics maybe? There we go. Interest groups. Let's pin that. That's pretty important in my opinion. It shows you all the bonuses you're getting or negatives. You can see this is a whatever the opposite of a bonus is, right? A negative. Because they're unhappy, we're getting negative 10% technology spread, so we're actually getting less tech spread, right? We're getting less free tech. These guys are happy, so we're getting plus 20% influence that helps on the world map. All right, so again, we'll go back to politics. Now, what you want to do is focus on the guys that are going to help you enact the laws that you want, and also in the direction you're trying to go, right? And if you look at institutions, this tells you all your government institutions, where you're at. We're going to bump this up to 30% here on education. We want more highly educated people because then we will have more people qualified to take the jobs of the industrialized things that we're going to be doing. There's law enforcement. This is going to help with dissidents. I'm going to bump that one up as well. There's really no reason not to, except that it costs you some bureaucracy, so you have to watch that. Because that's going to help us get rid of radicals as they show up, and maybe they'll show up less. But you can enact different laws to help out your country, okay? It's like health system. When you unlock this, it'll show up over here, and you can actually keep people from dying off, right, and help them out. You can also do stuff like social welfare, right? Poor laws and things, and welfare and stuff. That will help your lower income people not be so basically upset, and it will reduce their radicalization. Colonial affairs is great because I can actually go out and settle a colony. If we look at that, though, basically the way that works is if we get off the lens here, the countries that are filled in with color are countries you can play in the game, right? And you cannot colonize those countries. You can colonize the countries that have a white interior, though. Not Austria. Austria, just the color of Austria is just white. But these, I don't know, whatever they're called, map color guys right here. You can see, obviously, Africa has a lot of colonization available. Egypt, is that colonizable? No. No, it's just color is just tan. See? Okay, because it says unrecognized major power. These colonizable guys are decentralized powers. Okay? So what I've been told is the first thing you want to do is look for anybody with gold. I want to see if anybody has gold mines that I can colonize, because those gold mines can just help me out with money, like, so easily. I know there's gold over here, so I'm going to click there and go to... let's go to production. Click over in laws, pause, or whatever. Gold mines, and then click gold. It'll show me everywhere where gold is produced. So, they've already got this, right? That's the Brits. Can't get that one. Oh, there's a little spot in India, but I'm pretty sure that's taken by the Brits, too. Yeah, and there's a little bit over here in whatever this place... Is that Indonesia? No. Indonesia, I thought it was right here. Yeah. Yeah, no, see, there's some gold production there. That's nice. I wonder if there's some in California. Oh, Mexico? No, they haven't. Maybe they haven't found it yet. Oh, there's some right here. Look in Austria. That's cool. In Spain. I didn't know that. Huh. Interesting. But yeah, I don't think there's a place I can colonize that has gold, because I'd go after it right away. So let's go back to the political map. No, seriously. Yeah, so I know there's over there. Nope. And over here, no, they're all countryed up, basically. They're all centralized powers. And I think that... let's check back here. I don't think there's a spot over here that is available. Yeah, see, it's this guy's open and, like, these guys are open. I'd have to actually attack. Now, I can actually take these guys over and I get their mines, basically. So I might do that eventually. But right now, I'm not going to worry about it. Colonization... it can be nice to colonize, but I wonder if we're just gonna be too busy. I don't know. Because you can get some great stuff like dyes and tea and stuff like that. Like if you look at production, let's look at... like over here is good because they have tea and stuff like that. Which is really hard to get. Like they can have dyes, tea, coffee, sugars can sometimes be tough to get. So you can get different resources from here that's really hard to get in the homeland, basically. But I think for now we're not gonna worry about that. All right, going back to laws, you can do different kind of taxation. Per capita is pretty good, so I'm gonna keep it. Freedom of conscience. I like total separation because the church gets out of it. So if you look at I don't even know if we have. We don't have. Oh yeah, we do. I'm sorry, we do. Education. Oh, okay. I thought this was actually had some church thing to it, but I guess it doesn't. Maybe that's the Catholic Church, when you have Catholic Church. We have Protestant, so it doesn't really matter, maybe. Okay, so what are we going to pick? We're going to pick something. And over here you can see, do you have laws that can be enacted? Right? That's what this is telling us. We could do colonies. Maybe we should. Maybe, yeah, that would probably help us. The problem is when we go to war, our stuff's going to come through by boat, and if we don't have a strong navy, it's going to get jacked. Why don't we go with that? And again, this is how do you know you can pass it? Who wants it, who's in favor, who's against. Now, you want to be really careful about against, because you can get radicals in your country, and they really suck your country dry. Armed forces and industrialists, those are two guys that I really like. Armed forces is going to be something I have to keep as popular, so that'd be great. Migration controls can be good later in the game. I think we're good for now, because really we can't unlock anything else anyway. Right of assembly would be good, because I think, oh, it gives more authority. Suppression, and okay, so the next thing you can do is you can suppress or bolster some of these dudes, okay? Now, I'm going to suppress the people I know are going to go against me, which is pretty much the church. The things I want to do, the church isn't going to like. So we're going to go in here. Oh, it's bolstered. No, I want to stop bolstering them. You can see I got 200 authority back. I want to suppress them. I don't like the church. They usually go against the stuff I want to do. Rural folk usually go against what I want to do. You can look at what they like and don't like in here. Agrarianism is like farm-based, or like leader, style or whatever. Yeah, farm economy basically. No thanks. Trade policy, isolation, and protectionism. I don't want that either because I would like to do a lot of trade. Taxation, consumption-based, is again something I'm not really very fond of. Policing, no police, that's not good. National militia, that's not going to be good for us because we're going to have to go to war a lot. So see, these guys are going to be very against us. They want closed borders and migrate. No, we need to suppress these guys too. They're going to become really unhappy with the stuff that we do. Okay? Intelligentsia, these guys are going to help us with like multiculturalism. We can get a bunch of migration, right? And guaranteed liberties, those are going to be good. Protected speech, those are good too. Propertied women, these are all things that are going to help us industrialize. Total separation from the church, great. Yes, let's do it. Public and private schools, that's going to help too. Which I think we already have, but I'd have to go check. Yes, census, suffrage, universal suffrage, those are good things. So these are going to be somebody I'm going to want to watch and help them out. They're at neutral right now. They sort of don't like us, but that's okay. Legitimacy. This is going to help you pass laws. The higher it is, the easier it will be to pass them. So what we want to do is maybe reform, and then we'll just check to see if we move someone over, does it help us out? Actually, these guys are really beneficial too. They like monarchy and theory. Okay, elected bureaucrats, per capita tax. Secret police now, okay, that's good. Militarized police, we're probably going to want that, actually. So we might move these guys over. Oh, okay, that makes us less. People don't like these guys, apparently. They don't like these guys either. So we're going to have to wait till we put some laws in. Yeah, okay, we really can't. I'm not getting these guys into power. I don't like those guys. We'll just leave it. Exit. So that's pretty much the government stuff. Let's pick something. Let's do colonial exploitation. So what this is going to do is set up a law that's going to try to be passed. And we only have 16.9% success chance right now because not that many people like it. So if we actually go in there, let's look at who doesn't like it. The rural folk, who we're right now suppressing. Once they get to marginalized, they will have almost no effect on us, I think. So, good. We want to get those guys out of here. They're the only ones, huh? Everybody else likes it? Armed forces and industrialists. Oh, a lot of people don't care. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so we've selected our law. We've selected our technology. Right? Yeah, we know about that. Can support. Okay, declared interest. Now, before we can colonize something, we have to declare an interest in it. So let's go to diplomacy. And this is going to be a little bit of a long episode. I think most of these episodes are probably going to be 30 minutes. But this first one will be kind of long as we set up the board. And then we'll go back to 30-minute ones. Declare interests. We're going to declare here because we're going to colonize right there. Okay? So, awesome. And then we're also going to declare... We already have some declarations going on. Why don't we declare over here in Austria... This basically means we get to get involved in these political actions that happen in this area, including war. We probably care a little bit about the Balkans. Okay? And that'd be all of it. But we actually care more about Russia, probably. So let's do that area, because that's our the main part of our border we care about, really. Okay, I think that looks good. I don't know, maybe down here is better. Nah, not really. I don't really care about down there. Okay, we've declared our interests. Bureaucratic shortfall. It looks pretty good to me. I don't know, it's plus 229. I know it keeps saying shortfall. I don't see a shortfall. This comes up a lot. I don't know if it's a bug or what. Oh, we didn't go over budget. So the budget's very important, obviously. This is when obviously, right now we're going to lose money, but it's white loss, okay? What that means is, you're going to lose money for a while, but it'll probably grow over time. Okay, and underneath it is our reserve. We're going to eat our reserve a little bit. We have 1.84 million right now, and we're going to lose 13K a week. But as we grow, we're going to get more money into here. As we grow a great economy, this will go into the positives. Now, when we start construction, it's going to eat into this thing a lot. And you can see at the very bottom there, temporary national expenses, negative 22K just from construction. So if I turn that off, it goes to a positive. So again, that's why it's not that big of a deal. I can turn it off and I'll be fine. That's why it's saying, hey, it's just white. It's not red, okay? Dude, don't worry about it. Okay, so that's all we really need to know. We can set up some taxes too, since we have extra authority. So consumption taxes, we already have one on liquor. We're making $9,000 a week with it. So let's see what else we can make money with. Oops, we don't care about that. We're already doing it. So you also kind of don't want to tax the things that your lower populations are using, like services, because it makes it harder for them to purchase those services or purchase those products, and it pisses them off because their standard of living goes down. So you really don't want to hit like clothes, services. Furniture can be okay. You want to hit the stuff like luxury furniture would be good. Actually make a decent amount of money off that. Wine can be good. How you know who's using what or who wants what is you go to your population. Lower strata, you can see 5.5% of these pops have a standard of living below the minimum expected, and it's radicalizing those people. 700,000 of them are below it, and this is what they consume. Mostly grain, liquor, clothes, furniture. Okay, we don't want to touch those. The prices are already too high anyway. So why don't we hit stuff that's lower down the list, like wine would be good. It's not even that expensive. Luxury furniture, again, would be a good one. They don't consume them that much. But we got to look at these other guys, too. Usually it's the lower strata that messes with you. See, this is only 84,000. This is 700,000. And this is like 5,000. Who cares what these guys want? So we're going to go with... We're going to tax wine. We're going to put an extra tax on luxury furniture. And then we've got enough for 200 more, huh? Meat, nope. A lot of people use that. Luxury clothes would be good. We're not making much off that, though. How about glass? Right? And, man, that's a juicy one, services. But we're not going to touch that. It's going to screw up the economy. Porcelain would be good. That's fine. Now, see, we're making a lot more money now off our consumption taxes, right? 21K just off that. So there we go. All right. I think it's all set up. Also in the budget, you can change how much you're taxing people. That can help, or your government, your military, and just the standard people. This is wages. But anyway, that's another place to look. All right, I think we're ready. I think we're ready, man. This is good. We don't care about interest groups that much. States, let's keep open. I think we're good to go. And I have mostly construction sectors going, right? Yeah. I'm actually going to want to bump that up probably a lot more. Let's do like that, actually, because I want to get cooking like really fast. I wish they had something that sent it all the way to just to the top. All right, that's good. Let's rock. Here we go. We're gonna play now. Actually, what we should do is pause now that we set everything up. So you're gonna get, there's a journal over here. You can see it pops up like I've now I'm importing iron. This guy moved. Oh, okay, yeah, that's the new admiral. Okay, great. So this is telling you the different bonuses of the interest groups that are activating or deactivating. A colonial power. Here we go. Our first journal entry. Let's check that out. What we're going to do is pause after that once we look at our journal entries here. You can also star them too, and it will show you how close to finishing them you are. Prussia does not have no colonial affairs enacted. So because we're going after colonial expansion, we will get this. And I think it'll pop off an event, but I'm not positive. It doesn't say that it will. So this one does, right? If triggers the event, dealing in arms. Munitions industry, it says, I need to have a munitions plant. It has to be level 5, and it has to have cash reserves of 25% at least, right? So this is pretty easy. We already have rifling, so we're done. That's easy. So I just have to get my munitions plant up to 5. So actually, I'm going to queue that. Let's stick that to the top, and you see we got both of them in here now. And let's go into again. We should probably put a little pause in right here. But let me get this in before I forget, because I will forget before I start recording the next video. Munitions plants, right? Munitions industry, yeah, munitions plants. Okay, we're gonna do 2 more on North Rhine. Where is North Rhine? Where is this guy? I don't see. There he is. Okay, he's right next to Netherlands and Belgium. This will be fine. I don't think they're gonna care about. They don't care about us. Oh, they don't like us. These guys don't like us. We should probably start increasing relations here. You know, I better put a break in this before we get too deep. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're new here and you like this content, please consider subscribing. I do a new video every day. Different games. I'm actually playing Satisfactory right now, and now this game. So I'd love to see you around, and I will see you on the next one. Stay frosty.